Hey y'all! It is a beautiful snowy day up here in North Idaho, and I thought it would be fun to do a little video. I get a lot of questions on how I make things work living off grid and how I do them. So I thought today I'd give you a little glimpse into our life. We've gotten lots and lots of snow today, so we have a lot of work to do, and so I thought I'd kind of show that a little bit, and then also since I appreciate my husband working so hard in this cold weather, and the kids sure do help out as well. So as a mama and a wife, it's important to me that I make them all a yummy warm meal. So part of what I do is put a meal together in a pot on our wood burning stove, so when we come in, it's all ready for us. So I will be showing that, and I love the questions I get. So for now on, if you have questions, ask me, and if I feel like there's a way that we can make a video about it to show you, then we will make that happen. Thanks so much, guys. The snow is really coming down. Part of what we need to do is clear pathways to all the animals. We've got Dusty over here, and he's just fine. He's in his covered area, so he's good. All the animals look like they're a little miserable, but some of them look like they also love it. So we've got a mix on the homestead. Say hi, Dusty. So the tiny house is a bit of a mess, so you guys are just gonna have to bear with me. But the fire is not going, hardly. So for me to get the stew going, I need to go get some wood and then build a better fire so I can get this roast going, because we just got back from making sure that our driveway was plowed enough. We really didn't even plow it. We just drove it a couple of times because we don't even have our plow ready. And in doing so, we got stuck. So we were able to get out, but that's just kind of how today is going to go. So I need to get this roast going. So at the end of the day, with everything else that goes wrong, we can sit down and have a nice meal. Hey, babe.
I hate the snow.
So safe to say you're enjoying it. We had a tent that we stored a bunch of our stuff in because we just moved here in July. And a big windstorm came and blew it somewhere over there, so it bent the entire frame. We got it back, but then the first snowfall, it collapsed. So it's exciting. I am now in the collapsed tent. In here we have some extra canned food items because we don't have a huge pantry in the tiny house. I definitely need to go to the grocery store, but I can't in this weather, so I've got to make it work. So I'm finding some random green beans. I think we might even try some baked beans, and just kind of throw it together and see how it tastes. All right, I am back inside the tiny. I've got the fire going really, really well. So that's gonna give us a good base to start our food. And yes, everything is so dirty. Hopefully I'll post a cute picture later where everything is a little bit more cleaned up. So, and I'm also trying not to reveal too much of the tiny well. I'm doing this video because we still have a really cool way that you guys get to see the whole process of it being built and the final product. So I'm purposely trying not to show you too much. But over here, so here is our pork roast. We make our own or we grow our own pork. So this is our own homegrown pork. And then I cut up some potatoes a little bit ago, so they've kind of turned a little reddish, but they're still good because they're not that old. So I'm just gonna dump it in there. And I found some carrots, so I'm just gonna dump the whole can in and not even worry about the juice that's in there, because the juice can just kind of help. I'm gonna do that with all the things that I'm gonna dump in. I found a can of tomatoes, a little bit of spice to them. Sorry if this video is not the best. I'm not a professional. And then I love garlic. My family is not the hugest fan, but they never complain when I put it in. Too bad, at least. Not enough to where I don't do it. And then I've got some green beans. I'm gonna dump in there too. And then I think I'm gonna hold off on the baked beans because that might kind of be a different flavor. I'm also gonna add just some seasoning, and I'll probably add more as it's cooking throughout the day just to kind of see how it's doing and what kind of tastes I need to add. This will give it a little bit of a bite. My kids are pretty good about eating even kind of spicier things. And then, sorry, shaky. I've got some of Uncle Mike's seasoning, teriyaki. Put that in there. So a bunch of different flavors, but again, it's a snowy day and I definitely needed to go to the store, but this kind of allows for me to still make sure that we have a nice warm meal at the end of the day, and I'm sure it's going to be super tasty. Also about this cast iron pot, for whatever reason, I have never liked the way that cast iron meals turn out. I'm sure that that's just a me thing and I'm doing it wrong, but I just struggle with it. I don't like the way that it tastes. So I found kind of a more modern day, if you will, cast iron pot. And I like it a lot because living off grid, I've said it before, but like the one thing I miss the most about living on grid is being able to dump our dinner into a crock pot and then come in at the end of the day and it's done. So this is like the closest thing that I can throw it all in there, put it on the pot, put it on the fire, come in every once in a while, check on it, stir it, but it does a lot of the cooking for me while I'm out doing other stuff on the homestead. Because right now we've got to get the goats into a new area to get them a little bit more secured for this weather. So we have a full day of work ahead of us out on the homestead. So the worst thing is that when we all come in at night and we're exhausted and everybody looks to me and is like, "Mom, what's for dinner?" And I'm like, "I don't know, you tell me. I was out there working with you guys." So it is nice on those days where I can think ahead and I do have a plan and I'm like, it should almost be ready. So that's how tonight's gonna be, because it is crazy weather, crazy chores ahead of us. So coming into a nice home-cooked warm meal is a super duper big blessing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will post pictures later on of the final product and probably a couple more pictures of us out in the snow. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye. Hi, McKinley.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm making an igloo.
You are?
Uh-huh.
That's exciting. Do you like the snow?
I love it.
Is Captain watching you? Mama's making a yummy stew for dinner.
Look what?
It's one of our pork with all sorts of yummy stuff.